He had everything: a home, a family, a father who loved him. Then he walked away and wasted it all. Now he was starving, alone, and ashamed, sitting among pigs and wondering, after everything I've done, could my father possibly take me back? But what this son didn't know was that somewhere in the distance, his father was still watching the road. Jesus told a story about a father with two sons. One day, the younger son approached him with a shocking request. "Father, give me my share of the estate." In other words, I want what belongs to me, but I don't want to wait for you. The father could have refused. He could have forced his son to stay, but love does not imprison. So the father divided his property and gave his son what he asked for. A few days later, the young man gathered everything he owned and left. For the first time, he felt completely free. No father telling him what was wise. No responsibilities, no boundaries. He traveled to a distant country and began spending and spending and spending. The money bought food, pleasure, attention, and friends appeared everywhere. Life felt exciting until one day the money ran out, and suddenly so did the friends. Then things became even worse. A severe famine struck the land. Food became scarce. The son, who once had everything, now had nothing. No money, no family, no security. No way home that didn't require facing what he had done. Eventually, desperation drove him to work for a citizen of that country, who sent him into the fields to feed pigs. For Jesus' Jewish audience, the picture was devastating. The son had fallen about as far as they could imagine, but he hadn't reached the turning point yet. That happened when hunger finally broke through his pride. He became so hungry that even the pig's food looked desirable, and no one gave him anything. Then Scripture says something simple, but powerful. He came to his senses. Suddenly, he remembered home. "My father's hired servants have more than enough food, and here I am starving." But shame immediately answered, "You can't go home. Not after what you've done. Not after what you've wasted." Then the son made a decision. "I will arise and go to my father." He prepared his confession again and again and again. "Father, I have sinned against heaven and before you. I am no longer worthy to be called your son." Then came his plan. "Make me like one of your hired servants." He wasn't returning expecting restoration. He was hoping for survival. Maybe his father would allow him to sleep with the workers. Maybe he could earn enough food to live. He had lost his inheritance. And in his mind, he had lost the right to be called a son. So he kept walking closer and closer to home. Then Jesus gives us one of the most beautiful moments in the entire story. The son was still a long way off, but his father saw him. How? Jesus doesn't tell us, but you can picture a father who had looked down that road countless times, hoping, waiting, wondering if today might finally be the day. And then he recognized the walk, the silhouette, his son. The son expected anger. Instead, his father ran. He didn't wait on the porch demanding an explanation. He didn't make his son crawl the final distance. Jesus says the father was filled with compassion. He ran to his son, threw his arms around him, and kissed him. Imagine the son standing there, dirty, broken, smelling like the place he'd just left. Yet the father embraced him before he could clean himself up. The son began, "Father, I have sinned against heaven and before you. I am no longer worthy to be called your son." But before he could finish his plan about becoming a servant, his father turned to the servants. The son came home asking for a job. The father was about to remind him who he was. "Quick, bring the best robe and put it on him. Put a ring on his finger and sandals on his feet. Then prepare a feast." Why? Because the father declared, "This son of mine was dead and is alive again. He was lost and is found." The son expected punishment. He received an embrace. He expected servanthood. He was restored as a son. He expected shame. Instead, the father celebrated his return. But Jesus didn't end the story at the celebration. there was another son. The older brother heard the music and learned that his younger brother had returned. But instead of celebrating, he became angry. He had stayed, he had worked, he had obeyed. And now the brother who wasted everything was getting a feast, so he refused to go inside. And notice what the father does. Earlier, he ran out to meet the rebellious son. Now, he goes outside for the angry son too. One son had been lost through rebellion. The other was in danger of becoming lost through resentment. But the father loved them both. "My son," he said, "you are always with me, and everything I have is yours. But your brother was dead and is alive again. He was lost and has been found." Maybe that's why this story has touched hearts for 2,000 years. Because somewhere inside it, we recognize ourselves. Maybe you've wandered. Maybe you've made choices you regret. Maybe shame keeps whispering, "You've gone too far. God couldn't possibly want you now." But Jesus painted a different picture. A father watching the road. A father filled with compassion. A father who runs toward the one coming home. You may have walked 1,000 steps away from God, but coming home begins with one. Turn around. The Father is waiting. Come home. And if you know someone who needs to hear that they haven't gone too far for God's grace, share this video with them today. Comment, "I'm coming home," if you're choosing to turn back to God. And follow and subscribe for more powerful Bible stories that will strengthen your faith. Remember, no matter how far you've wandered, the road home is still open.